taking it? Oh yeah. So anyhow, I guess I'll open up by talking about sustainability. Most people think about it as being just green, you know. Planting trees, as someone once told me. Or even just trying to recycle. That's not really the issue though. Actually is what it is, and it's just wanting to give back to future generations. And given the lifestyle that you once had, and probably just taking a 0.001 difference and adding to it. Because in the long spectrum, it probably adds up to being more.
Because if you take away from someone, then
that's economics.
You have something that they don't have. If I print a paper for my project, that's taking paper away from someone else who wanted to print their project.
Yeah, so you gotta recycle. But it's even before that. That isn't fixing the problem. Fixing the problem is, given what you got, make it last. I think allocation of resources is more important, and that's what I strive for. Being able to give reason for what I use, how I use it, and things like that. 3 things that I noticed in Europe or London mainly was number 1, space allocation. Number 2 was service jobs were more valued there. And number 3, the change in your pocket. Now the first one, as you can see right here, this is just Slippery Rock. We got a lot of space as it is. In London, when you go to the bathroom, my goodness, the door hits your knees and you got to finagle yourself out of there just so you can get out. But here, it's not a scarcity. Over there, they had wars in which their buildings were bombed and put holes through, and they rebuilt. We just took the line back farther and farther from the great ocean, you know. In America, we have places where, oh man, I don't have enough space in my house, I'll just rent a place and put my junk in it. If you look around here, there's more than enough space, and it isn't a scarcity. Due to our lower density and wider area of land, we have to use it accordingly with wind and solar and things like that that are using our land to better. And in London, since they have compact areas, they have to use their resources very efficiently. You look at this. You look at all this shit that they have on the ground. There's a cigarette butt. That's what people don't want to pick up. In London, there's people that are getting paid minimum wage to do that. In America, they don't want to do that because everything's skill-based and education-based, and no one wants to do that unless they got time in a collegiate area. America's apple pie, Chevrolet, and hot dog, you know. Shoppers, things like that. Taking it away from us takes away our rights. America's never been one for riding bicycles, but that's what Europe does, especially London. That's because that's one of those things that I just thought of. American dream. Who wants to ride a bicycle that everybody else can drive around? We want rights. America. And then you got people that, you know, economics is based off of like minimum wage and stuff like that. But you think about a lot of people and you look at all these bumps on the street and all this other stuff, and when you go and see somebody on the street, I don't know a single person that'll ever get their wallet out because they got dollar bills and stuff like that in there. They got junk change in their pocket. They go and they drop it and they drop it. But in America, you got 50 cents piece. Now, you don't anymore, pretty much. You got 25, 5, 10, a penny. There you got 2 pound pieces that are almost equivalent to $3.25 or $3.45. The dollar menu at Mickey D's is pretty much the pound menu. It costs more over there. But helping bums and things like that pushes the social ability with people. It alleviates the stress. Zero energy building and energy balanced homes. That's what we should be shooting for regardless of where we are and how we accept innovation or don't. But we have to work together. That's one hard thing that I think a lot of people are missing. Talk about an interesting thing, you know, globalization, but everybody is holding to their position. Nobody's willing to work with everybody else. Everybody wants to do it themselves. Lessons for American cities. It's funny when you read a book that says learning from Europe and all they say is learn America. Durr, it's right here. But you gotta make, look, you gotta make a park happy. Look at the kids play basketball over there. Yeah. You have to make a park acceptable by most, if not all. But when you make a parking lot, that's all you'll ever get. It's dead space. You look at that. You look at all that land there. It's free. It's open. When you do things that are open like that, it's plural. There's more than one thing that we can done.
Also, that if any of you are thinking of coming to the United States, I would suggest that you heed the warning in the following song. If you visit American City, you will find it very pretty. Just 2 things of which you must beware. Don't drink the water and don't breathe the air. Pollution, pollution, we got smog and sewage and mud. Turn on your tap and get hot and cold running crud.